You can, for example, it depends on how you modularize. Of course, if you say organic, are you talking about like a Frank Gehry type of building, for instance, or a Daniel Libeskind kind of building? Of course, those are not so-called very, very PPVC friendly kind of designs. But you can actually, if you want to, however, for example, if you think of a module and you think of an organic application to that module, for example, you want, for example, to take, let's say, a concrete box and then, for example, deploy it, for example, in a helix-shaped configuration, for example, or a different kind of Tetris kind of combination, which maybe when you zoom in, it looks a bit mechanical, but when you zoom it out, for example, when you look at it at big scale, you can actually have, in a way, achieve a so-called organic pattern. You can still use PPVC, but of course, if you're talking about fluid, curvaceous lines and such things, that will be a challenge. That will not necessarily be a suitable application of PPVC. Yeah. Yeah.
There's a requirement to use AR and VR.
Uh-huh.
I think just now when you showed a slide, you use Etscape.
Yeah.
Is
Yes.
there any reason or rationale for using that?
No, that was just the software which we were using at the time with the contractor that we were working with at the time. Yeah. So I mean, we how do you say, we don't want to. I think as a whole, the industry does not want to necessarily, yeah, or so-called favor one particular vendor or the other. I think we have to think of it as an equal opportunity for the software that you use, different modes of different software that you use. All of these are, in a way, you can consider it as on the menu. Yeah.
For example, processing of work sequences, do you have any thoughts or sharing
Sorry, on?
of work processing on assembly processes and work sequences?
Well, of course, I think at the level of the competition, we do not expect a sophisticated mastery of construction process. But I think to display a certain level of thinking, a certain level of consideration, I think is important. Of course, I mean, that's why I wanted to go through from Gen 1 to Gen 3, because when we were working on Gen 1, when I was sketching out Gen 1, just to be able to achieve repetitive blocks, I was already happy at that point in time. So it's about leveling up little by little, and of course, you guys are all students, so we don't expect like a pro level kind of consideration or mastery, but a good degree of understanding, or to demonstrate an attempt to be considerate to such lines of thinking. Yeah.
Because just now you demonstrated it with the use of slides.
Yes.
By removing the slab.
Yes.
Oh, so just wanted to know, like,
Yeah.
how that. Any thoughts on the positive energy reading?
Of course, if you can achieve that, that would be great. Yes, of course. All of these are so-called. I mean, there are many examples now. I mean, SDE1 is it one? The SDE building in NUS is now open, so it's a good sample to have a look at. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thanks.